there's a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold, but things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I have today.
Let's get going. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and yes, this is one street over. What is happening one street over from where you living? We're living right here in Robertson County. In the words of Mayor Billy Vogel, we are blessed because we get to work and live in Robertson County. I agree with you, Mayor. Should have him in next Tuesday because we'll have a county commissioner meeting on Monday night. And so that will be Mayor Vogel's slot to come in. We have got, we'll have Caleb Stratton on Monday. I'm going to reach out to Terry Martin to see if I can't get him in here to give us an update on Winter Wonderland and also the movie that he's in, because I'm just really dying to hear about that. I haven't been able to find it. It's like The Life of Me or something that Terry was in. So I need an update on that. So I'm going to reach out to him, see if I can't get him in. But we do definitely have Caleb on the schedule and Mayor Vogel. So plan for that. And then, of course, Ryan Martin just beyond that. But today we have Miss Becky Gunn with Daughters of the American Revolution. Turn that microphone right to you if you don't mind. Were you guys in the parade the other day?
We were, yes.
Were you decked out in black?
No,
Who was that?
That was Becky Wall. You've talked to her before.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I saw the parade and I was like, oh, I know them. I know those ladies. And y'all looked so cute.
Well, thank you.
And because that black, what's that black ensemble she was wearing from? Is that
It was an 1800s dress. Yes.
Really?
And
So
then
that
we
was
had
authentic?
We had someone dressed as Betsy Ross as well.
Okay.
I was running up and down the sides handing out candy.
Okay. So you had that duty.
Right.
I got you. Well, it was fun. And I had to get there because I love our parade. I love our downtown. If you missed it, I'm so sorry because you really missed a wonderful evening. And I haven't gotten to Winter Wonderland yet, Terry. I'll get there. I just haven't had a chance, but I didn't want to go that night because I knew it would just be packed. And, but I will get there. And it's just, we've got such a wonderful, sweet downtown. I just absolutely adore it. We're just so blessed to have what we have going on around here. But I thought I figured you were proud of that.
We were. It was our first year to have a float. So.
Okay. I didn't think I'd seen one before,
No.
but it was really cool. And it was just a great time. We had so much fun. And my kiddos from Greenbrier were part of that. They got the entire county together, all the bands, and they did this, they just all worked together, and it was just great. They had all these kids. I just loved it. I just thought it was just the most special thing. But anyway, welcome.
Thank you.
We adjusted the schedule a little bit to accommodate because Becky had reached out to me, weeks ago, and I just didn't have a slot to put it in. And I got to looking at the Friday schedule, and I thought, well, I can get Jack to come in on the second half, but it turned out he was unavailable today, and so it just worked out because typically on Friday, we are very intentional about faith lessons and those kinds of things. Faith Friday. What's more really involved with what you're getting ready to do is very faith driven. So I thought, well, it's very appropriate. So we'll get Jack in here a little bit later on. I'll get with the schedule and we'll get him back in. But anyway, so if you're tuning in to hear Jack, I did communicate with him. And he said, we'll just get on the schedule a little bit later on. So you guys put the wreaths on the graves of those who have served
Correct.
military
Correct.
every Christmas.
Yes.
And I think that I think you've been coming a couple of years talking
Yes.
about this.
Yes, this is our second year to do Wreaths Across America.
Okay.
And we do it at Bellwood Cemetery in Adams. This year we have expanded that to Red River Baptist Church as well. We're not going to have a ceremony there, but we had enough wreaths purchased that we're going to put them on the graves there.
Okay.
Well.
Well, Mayor Vogel had even mentioned this because if I'm not mistaken, I think he helped with it.
He did.
I think
Yes.
he did it
Yes.
last year. So, you know, I just think it's so special and it's so beautiful. And where did this come from? What started this whole process of Wreaths Across America?
Well, I mean, it's a national program, and every Saturday, the second Saturday in the month, it happens it will be noon in Eastern time, and we do ours at 11. So all across the country, everybody is starting and having this ceremony at the same time. Last year, I believe there were around 5,000 locations that had ceremonies.
And it's the second December. It's the second Saturday in December.
Yes.
How cool is that?
And it started because I had to do a leadership project for DAR, and I thought, oh, well, this would be the perfect thing. I've always wanted to have a Wreaths Across America. So that started it, reached out to Bellwood, and they have been the best partner. Jeff Ayers is the one who's in charge there, and they make it a seamless process for us to come in. People in the community purchase the wreaths, and they can purchase it for them to put the wreath on. If they have family members buried there, we'll reserve that for them to do. And then otherwise, last year we had 200 plus people come, which was great for the little Adams community, you know?
Yeah.
And so we hope we can have that many this year as well. And we are also, Bellwood is bringing in a hot chocolate vendor. So they're going to have hot chocolate because it's going to be chilly.
Yeah, it's going to be a little cold. But, you know, it's Christmas. It's supposed to be.
Right.
It's supposed to be. And, but I love this. I think it's just the sweetest thing. So when you reached out to me, I've been just trying to find a spot. And I thought, I'm just going to rearrange Friday so we can get you in.
Well, thank you.
You know, and because it's so important. And I love the work that you guys do. Daughters of the American Revolution, I mean, you give scholarships, you do the Constitution Day stuff, and because of you guys and the awareness I am of Constitution Day, I brought that into my curriculum. And every year my audio video classes do a Constitution Day production of some kind. And I mean, it's just part of my curriculum. When we hit it, you know, I have them produce something about the Constitution with images and things like that. And it just to kind of, you know, get them into it a little bit. And I'm shocked at how uninformed some of them are. And we'll use that opportunity to just kind of reinforce the structure of government, which they do, because I mean we have good teachers for that. And so they get that part of it, but it's just kind of to tie it in and to understand, you know, the Constitution and the protections of powers and all that kind of stuff. And it gives us a chance to kind of do that cross curriculum that they love for us to do in the schools. But it's definitely a fun opportunity. And it's always interesting to see what the kids come away with. And, you know, I'll have them do they'll do like a pictorial, and I'll have them do a voiceover and, you know, read a script that they've written about the Constitution. And
I'd love to see those.
Well, I'll see if I can't pull some of them together and stuff in my archive. Some of that stuff, I ended up losing a computer, so I lost some things because I had one I published last year to the school. Let me see if I can't. I might still have that one. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. If not, I'll make sure and put you on the list to send them to next year. Good. But I just appreciate you guys and the awareness that you bring to this stuff, just to help us. Every layer of education that we can give is so essential. You know, it's just so essential. So we do appreciate all the work that you guys do. How can somebody, you know, so the reefs and all that, we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but how can people get involved with DAR?
So we have a website, we have a Facebook page that's for public. To be in DAR, you have to be over 18 years old, a female who has ties back through their line to a revolutionary patriot.
Okay.
And from there, you can go to dar.org and click on Become a Member, say where you live, and they will hook you up with us, our chapter.
Okay.
Our chapter is in the top 10 in the state for increases in members this year. We're really
wow.
proud of that.
That's awesome.
We've been really busy. We do lots of things. I try to do as many things in the community as we can. We put flags on graves at Memorial Day, at Elmwood and Bellwood. We have a day of service. We've cleaned cemetery graves this past year. Had a patriot marking for a Revolutionary soldier up in Cross Plains area. So we try to do as many things as we can to help our make awareness for veterans and the things they did for our country.
It's amazing, and I appreciate it so much. And you talking about cleaning graves, that's the thing that people don't realize is once the family's gone, they don't pay any attention to it. Just my parents' resting place. If somebody didn't go and tend to it, and my sweet sister-in-law and my brother and nephews are so diligent about that, but it gets looking pretty rough just after a year.
Mm-hmm.
Mama's only been gone a couple of years, but the mold will build on it and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't take care of it, pretty soon they become unreadable because it builds up. And it's fascinating when you do find one that you can help clean and then just kind of get some of the details. And if you didn't go into a look, my dad was fascinated with this stuff. And we're going to go over to this cemetery and look around. I'm like, okay, Dad.
I'm telling you, it's really interesting to do.
He loved that. Yeah. He loved doing that. And he told my sister and I, you guys could be DAR members. And he had all the work done. And we were both at the time like, whatever, Dad.
Right.
Now, I wish I had the research because I think it would be fascinating. And one of these days, maybe I'll dig it up and we'll do it.
Well, we have people that can help do that.
I knew you did. and it's so much easier to do than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
To find that heritage. Right. And because I know there's very few of us that don't have ties back, unless you're a newcomer. Now my husband's family, I don't know that he would have ties because his grandfather immigrated from Bohemia. So, and then his grandmother was from Australia, but I think she was born here. So I think it was her parents that immigrated. And then there's some French connection on his mother's side, and then there was some you can't trace some things. So I don't know that he would necessarily, but a lot of people do have a connection because we're not that old of a country, y'all.
Well, and that's what they did back then. You were expected if there was a war that broke out that you were going to go, and they wanted to. Yeah. Nowadays it doesn't seem like you may want to go, but back then that's what you do. As a matter of fact, I have at our next meeting in January, we have a Rosie the Riveter who is coming, and that is a female who was here during World War II, wanted to do their part, so they worked on the planes. Mm-hmm. And I went to Washington, D.C. to our Continental Congress this past year, and they had a setup in the Smithsonian where you could practice riveting to see how you could do. I couldn't even do 20% of what they were supposed to get done in the time period. It was a lot. Intense, yes.
I had an aunt that was a Rosie the Riveter.
Oh.
And that's what I've heard. I need to ask her daughters to get some details because that's what I had heard. Mm-hmm. And her husband served in World War II. And so I'm somewhere because, it would have had to have been up in the Mayfield, Paducah area because that's where they lived. So I don't know exactly in what capacity that she did, but she did, industrial work during the war, and so she was considered Rosie the Riveter type. And so I don't know that it was necessarily on planes, but it could have been other type of war surplus kind of stuff because everybody got involved.
They did.
And but that is what I'd always heard. So I've always been fascinated with Rosie the Riveter. I have a T-shirt with that I got when I was in Washington with my son when they went at school. And because I've always been intrigued because I thought, I'd have been a Rosie the Riveter. I would have.
Oh, yeah.
I'm built for it, for sure. But we're talking with Becky Gunn. She is with the Daughters of the American Revolution, DAR for short. They were in the Springfield Christmas Parade, and they looked so lovely. That black dress, though, caught my eye. And I thought, wow, somebody's an incredible seamstress, but I did not know it was authentic.
Well, she couldn't sit down because of the hoop, the layers that they had to wear back then. So she had to stand up the entire time.
Was that how their clothes really were? That they had how miserable.
Well, and the wool, can you imagine you can't wash them like you can nowadays.
I can't imagine the smell.
Yeah.
I'm a wimp when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't know if I can handle the
me
clothes. But it was intriguing. Now, where did that dress come from?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all.
But it was fascinating. Is it hers or is it somebody
hers,
on
yes,
loan?
yes.
Okay. We need to, and who was it that was in there?
Becky Wall.
Becky was the one wearing it.
She comes in and talks about the Constitution Week.
Well, I need to ask her about that dress, but because that was fascinating to me. I thought that was really cute. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit of an allergy tickle. So tell us again about inviting everybody out to the Reefs of America.
Okay, yes. So Saturday, Reefs Across America will be at Bellwood Cemetery in Adams. It will start promptly at 11 o'clock because it's the same time all across the country. So I would advise getting there a little bit before. Last year, we had a tent with chairs that filled up quickly, so there was standing room only around. And then we'll, of course, have a PA system. We're going to have Fort Campbell guys coming with a color guard and a bugler that will do taps at the end. I have a bagpipe player coming to do Amazing Grace.
Oh, that's going to be so special.
And we are working with the Sons of American Revolution. They're bringing an America 250 flag because we're coming up on that time of the year to celebrate the country's 250th anniversary. And then we have some VFW guys who are coming to do the fire volley.
Well, I love the VFW guys. I know them well, and they're out at everything. They're just wonderful.
Yes, they are sweet.
And we need youngins too, because I mean, those guys are, they're like, we need some young blood coming in here to do this stuff, but they're just amazing.
Right.
It sounds like an absolutely wonderful, and I mean, you could probably bring your own chair.
You can bring your own chair. I mean, it's a really quick ceremony, and last year I don't think we were there over 30 minutes total of getting all the wreaths out. I mean, if we have over 200 volunteers, there's only 122 graves for veterans there. So, family can go put one on and then be done.
Right.
And then once we're done with that, a group of us will go over. There's a little over 50 there at Red River Baptist Church to put those out as well.
I love it. So special. And just any of these things that you can do and take your kids to be a part of are so special, and it just reinforces that the freedoms we have here are not free, and the cost. Because I think about that. I'm talking about the dresses, and the things like that. I mean, we're just not that old. I mean, we're coming up on our 250th anniversary, but I mean, really, how you think about the lifetimes of. We met a gentleman, Mr. Wren, who is almost 102.
His birthday, as a matter of fact, I invited him to our ceremony. I've come to know him pretty well. His birthday is Saturday, and I'm going to his 102nd birthday Saturday after Reefs Across America.
That's so cool.
And I've had chapters from all across the country send him birthday cards, and he has really enjoyed getting all those birthday cards.
He's so special.
He is.
He is precious. I got such a kick out of him. He came to our Veterans Day program at Greenbrier, and we had an opportunity to meet him, and he is just adorable, and I love him, and he's so vibrant.
He is.
For 102. Are you kidding me? And but you think about, 100 years, just put his life together a couple of times. I mean, it's not that long. I mean, people just do not realize how young our country is and what has been accomplished in that short amount of time. And, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you have to look at it all. But the good, the freedoms that we have because of it is breathtaking. And there's the 5,000-Year Leap. There's a book I highly recommend because it talks about the leap that we made and at the founding of America, that just that breath of freedom, that you didn't serve the king, that everything you did didn't belong to somebody else. You had the opportunity to create and to have ownership, and it spurred you know, incredible things. And anyway, you know, because this is Faith Friday, I believe that it has enabled us to carry the gospel around the world, which is our, you know, that is the thing that has to be done before we have the new kingdom, you know. And if you believe, you know, what you read in Scripture, guys, I think that America is so essential in making sure that happens. You know, World Christian Broadcast Company, they literally can span the globe now with the gospel. So, I mean, it's pretty cool what we've been able to do since we were founded. But
Right.
how long has DAR been in existence?
Oh, I don't have that statistic, but our chapter alone is 98 years old.
Oh, wow.
Here in Robertson County.
Okay.
And we're the Charlotte Reeves Robertson chapter. She was married to James Robertson, who founded Nashville.
Oh, really?
And, you know, he moved on, and she had a lot to do with the founding of Nashville as well. So, yes, that's who our chapter is named for. We're proud of that. Went and laid wreaths on their graves in April.
Okay.
They're buried there in the Nashville City Cemetery.
Okay.
So that was a really exciting time. Let's see, I was going to say our chapter is 98 years old. Our mission is historic preservation, education, and patriotism. So we do what we can to let people know more about the history. And we try to attend events and put on events to help people get that theme across.
How do you determine, because I've had experience with you guys in your scholarships.
Yes.
Tip your microphone just a little bit to where it's like right in front of you. There you go. I think
Okay.
you get a little bit better volume
Okay.
from you. There we go. That looks better. But I've been, you know, present when you've presented scholarships. What are the guidelines? Because we do have kiddos coming in that might, you know, want to apply for scholarships.
Right.
And what are because I've got a lot of seniors I'm super close to. Does it have to be a girl? Or does it?
No, it
No,
does
I
not
didn't
have to
think
be a
so.
girl.
Yeah.
So we send out those applications. That was for it's American History essay contest.
Okay.
Is for the scholarship. Now, what I've also seen you at is we give Good Citizen Awards
Right.
to every high school here in the county. And that is chosen by the counselors and the principals. And then we give those awards as well.
Okay.
But yes, we hand out the applications. Anybody can do the essay, and then it's reviewed by a board and determined who the winner's going to be. I think we had 2 really good ones this past year, but nobody that made it onto the state level. But they were
Okay.
really good essays.
Okay, so do you do it just as the county or each school, or how does it work?
No, we do as a county,
Okay,
and the essays we do.
okay,
And then we send those on to state for competition.
okay. So
And it can go on to national. Last year, we went to the Continental Congress in Washington, D.C., and they had the national winners there, and they did such a good job speaking and telling their story.
so what can it equate to? Because I mean, I want my kids to know about this, and I'm assuming they're talking about it in history class.
Yes,
And
they should be.
Well, because
Well, we hope they are.
Coach Woods is very good at that, and I mean, he has kids that apply for. They end up winning trips to Washington. It seems like every year with the program he does. So there's not too many things that slip under his radar.
Right.
You know, so I have a feeling that they do it as part of the class as far as, but I mean, this is for seniors. Do they have to be going into any particular field? It's
No.
just anything.
Yeah, anything.
Because I've heard you guys give them away, but I never really knew the particulars on it. So
Mm-hmm.
if I have so how long does the essay need to be? Do you know the particulars on that?
I do not know, but I can get that if there's anybody interested, they
Okay.
can reach out and let me know. Vicki Tollison, who is a teacher in Robertson County, she's retired now, but she fills in and substitutes, and she seems like she's working full time anyway. But she does a really good job getting those scholarship forms out to all the school counselors. And she even does study plans on different things that we are discussing, and really proud of those things.
I don't know why Sean Elmore's calling me this morning. Honey, hang on a second. I'll
Okay.
text her and see. I think she knows I'm on radio, but she might be hearing something you're saying and wanting to chime in. So We'll see what Sean. She runs the Open Door Pregnancy and Resource Center.
I was messaging her because that's one of our service projects in January.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I needed some items that they could take. We do a service project every month as well for local nonprofits, and so they can. We gather things for them. We take up money. Orange Heart Foundation is going to be our one in February. So we try to give back to the community as much as we can.
That's probably why she's trying to call me. And if you need me to, Sean, I can call you. I can pull you up on the board and call you and put you through the board. But now Becky would not be able to hear you because she doesn't have any headphones on. So maybe she'll text me here in a second. But I'll have a feeling it has something to do with that. So have you communicated with her yet, or just
I sent her an email through the website last night because I didn't know how to get in touch with her.
I guarantee you that's it. But anyway, let me see if she wants me to call.
Perfect.
Let me see if we can call her, because we're going to call Lee Marie on the air in a minute. Just a second. Trying to multitask this kind of stuff is hard for me to do. Hang on a second here. Okay. We'll see what she says. I'll go ahead and pull my phone up just in case she does. But that is hysterical. She's probably driving down the road. No, she doesn't want me to call her. Okay. We'll talk later then. Anyway, that's so funny. But we'll get her on and figure out what's going on here in just a minute. But we do want to, again, just to remind you guys that anything that you want to know about Daughters of the American Revolution, how can they get in touch with you? You said you had a website?
Well, yes, we do. If you just Google Charlotte Reeves Robertson chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution, it'll pop up. You can go to dar.org if you're interested in becoming a member, and they will pass your information on to us because of the location of your address. If we do have the Facebook page, we have a public one and a private one. The public one you can go to and just shoot me a message through Facebook Messenger. Or if you know of any member of DAR, they can help you get in touch with us.
Very good. And we were talking about the fact that you can, if you don't know any of your connections, you can reach out to you guys and you can start
we can help,
and
yes,
seeing what's going on. And if you haven't experienced, looking up your DNA and all of that, it's quite fascinating. But so many of us are connected to where we could be members and help along, making sure this message is out there and that people are hearing about this. But what else are we missing? Anything else that you want to share with us?
Well, I just wanted to say, it is a fun group. I have been in DAR a little over 8 years now and have the best friends that I've had in my whole life. I love these ladies. They're like my sisters. People usually think of us as an old woman's group, but we do have people in the 30s and younger. Like there's children of the American Revolution who I'm trying to get my granddaughter into.
Oh, that's cool.
If some of the husbands of some of our members are in Sons of American Revolution, and we do partner with them, like they're going to be at our Race Across America for the America 250 project. You did mention what we do with the schools. We also sponsor JROTC program.
Oh, really?
In the schools as well, and we present an award on that at the end of the school year. If just get in touch with me, I'm pretty easy to get in touch with. You can find me on Facebook, or if you know someone who is in DAR, they can get us in touch.
Well, and I didn't realize there was a Sons of the American Revolution.
Yes.
I was just pulling that up. I was like, I've always heard of DAR, but I think they came along later, don't you think? I don't think they've been around as long.
We had someone in the Sons, Paul Smith, talked to our group yesterday on Boston Tea Party, and it was so interesting. He did a really good job.
Oh, see, I love that stuff. I really wish I could get to some of these midday meetings and things and these lunch meetings because I absolutely love it. When do y'all meet?
We meet the second Thursday of the month at 11 o'clock at the Glenn Memorial Women's Building.
Of course.
We are part of the Federation. So we get to meet in that building. And
that is when we talk a lot about the building, and it's called the Glen, and we talk a lot about that because of the Christmas sampler.
Yes.
We just, had the Christmas sampler, and that's the big fundraiser. So, just so many things that are intertwined and that work together. But I just love all this. It's all just really cool stuff.
Yes.
You mentioned the Citizenship Award. Now, you said that is nominated. You reach through the counselors to see about that.
Yes.
The Good Citizens Award.
Yes.
And what kind of particulars are you looking for when you look for that? If you've got seniors in your world and you would like to be this kind of stuff, when you can put this stuff on resumes, y'all, it's really good.
Yeah.
And when you're getting ready to graduate, these are the kind of things you want on there. Employers notice something like a good citizenship. From the Daughters of the American Revolution, they notice that stuff, guys.
Yeah.
How would somebody, qualify for that?
What the counselor is looking for, someone that is active in the community, maybe you volunteer, of course, in good standing, make decent grades. You don't have to make perfect grades, but it shows that the students are making an effort to do better in the community. Just like it says, a good citizen, not out there causing trouble. And, so, yeah, that's how they choose it.
It's quite interesting. I was actually having a conversation with a young man yesterday at school who is just flat brilliant. Okay. He's a senior and just super smart young man. And I asked him, I said, what are you going to do after school? Well, a lot of them, the answer is going to use the Tennessee Promise, which is extremely wise because it's you get those basics done for free because you keep your grades up and all those things. And I said, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to, be? I'm going to, he said philosophy. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, and then they got quickly into world changing things. And I said, well, what are you going to do to change the world? Just talk about it, and I was teasing him a little bit. And I have a little mantra. I say, because they all talk about needing to change the world. I said, well, if you want to change if you want the world to change, you have to want to change the world. In other words, you have to be willing to put the work in. If you want the world to change, you have to want to change the world. And so that's always kind of been one of my little mantras with the kiddos is get some skin in the game. What you going to do? It's a call for all of us to make a difference. And it can be all those simple things that you talk about, the community events and the community involvement and those kinds of things are just, once you dip your toe in the water of volunteering and serving others, you really just want more of it because it is a feeling that you just can't get any other way.
Right. We have Boy Scout troops that come out to help us put the flags. There's over 500 flags at Memorial Day that we put in, and it helps having those youngsters run around.
I can imagine.
And help find where they're buried, and we'll put a flag in. And it's really fun to do.
How do you, that's one thing, how do you determine?
We have a list.
You have a list.
We have a list that for Elmwood, it's just through the years, plus we work with the city. The city owns that cemetery there. And they keep it updated if there's a veteran there. And usually there's always something on the grave as well that says whether they were a veteran or not, or whether they served, which really helps out. And then at Bellwood, they have they have Jeff Ayers, who is over the cemetery there, and he'll keep a list and tell me, he'll text me, we have one more veteran here now. So and that's how we keep up with it.
Okay. So, it's just a community effort and it's so cool, but I love that you can bring I've had a lot of friends who said, yeah, my kid's a Boy Scout. We went and put flags out. My friend Gwen Harder, she had done that as well. And, but yeah, she had done that with her son, and my kids were not involved in Scouts. So I guess I didn't know what I was missing out on.
Well, mine did very little. But we also, during Conservation Week, we pick up trash.
Oh yeah.
We try to do whatever we can.
Through DAR.
Yes.
You're out doing trash pickups and look at that. So
yeah.
It's not just ladies sitting around having tea.
No.
Like people think.
No,
So,
we're worker bees.
I love it. And if you want to be a part, your first opportunity to be a part of this is to come out tomorrow for Reefs Across America. Let's kind of go through things one more time, and then I am going to call Lee Marie.
Okay.
And if there's anything we're missing, let me know. And you're welcome to hang out if you want, or if you need to slip on out, you can. But I do need to get Lee Marie on the phone because we got to talk about her Old Timey Christmas Ball is tonight.
Oh, okay.
Tell Becky she needs to get her dress out and go to this because you got to be in costume. You're supposed to be in costume, and some people have been making their dresses for this. This will be a blast. It will be a blast. Lee Marie, she was around Hollywood too long that she loves to dress up and do all the character stuff, and she's from California, and she did a lot of that kind of stuff in the theatrics and stuff. So she just loves it. And but it's like she says, learn old time dances, no partner required. Enjoy light refreshments and have a dickens of a good time. How cute is that? And I love it because I don't know, one of the things that they do down in Franklin is they have like Dickens Day or
Right,
something.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we need to have something like that. Maybe this will spur that, And instead of having a Dickens Day, we can have the old timey Christmas ball and have that echo of that feel. How fun would it be to have a bunch of people walking around downtown and in costume? I think that would be hysterical. I mean, because I drove through town last night when you don't really appreciate all the decorations when the parade's going on because everything's lit up.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just driving through the downtown square last night, and I thought, man, this is just lovely. It's just pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a lot of fun. I think they're going to have a blast tonight. I really think they're going to have an absolute wonderful time. So it's tonight, 6:30 to 8:30. You go in the door there at Crossroads Christian, and then you go downstairs, and there's like this little, little ballroom is what Lee Marie is calling it. But they have a stage and different things, and some people it's like just a little event area. Mm-hmm. And it's $10 pre-sale. You can still get pre-sale tickets, or you have $20 at the door if they're available. It could sell out, but if you want to text 714-925-2689, 714-925-2689, you can see about purchasing tickets from. I think she's doing dog walking right now, but we're going to try to get her on the phone here in a minute. She's one of those that's got like 20,000 things going. So let's just go through all your stuff one more time, and then we'll get Lee Marie on the phone.
Okay, tomorrow at Bellwood Cemetery in Adams, Tennessee, we will have a Wreaths Across America event. Like I said earlier, it's going on at close to 5,000 locations all across the country. It's going to start at the same time all across the country, promptly at 11 o'clock. I will be starting tomorrow. We're going to have Fort Campbell guys there with a color guard and a bugler. We'll have a bagpipe player. We have representatives for Sons of the American Revolution and the VFW from Greenbrier. It'll be a short little ceremony telling about what Wreaths Across America does. And people have purchased all of these wreaths from the community, which gets great community support. And then the family members will go first and put wreaths on their families' graves if they have requested that. And then volunteers go and put wreaths on the graves. There's going to be like a hot chocolate food truck there that's sponsored by Austin and Bell Funeral Home or the Bell families doing that. And I hope everyone can come out.
I think that'd be just wonderful. And you can reach out to Daughters of the American Revolution here locally. They meet at the Glen. Again, that was on Thursday.
The second Thursday at 11 o'clock.
At 11 o'clock, and be a part of that. They will help you find your lineage that will qualify you for it. And it's just a sweet group. And I see them all the time at school, all the things that y'all do with this, like I said, the scholarship. And the potential to even go to a national scholarship, kiddos, man, you got to tap into that. Mm-hmm. And the citizenships awards and all those things. It's always lovely to see you guys at school.
Yeah,
so very cool. Do you want to hang out, or do you want to?
I'll head on. I got to get to work.
Okay, well, I'll let you go. Yeah, she still works full time.
Yes.
Tell them who you work for, because I think that's fascinating.
The Jewish Federation of Nashville.
I didn't even know there was a Jewish Federation.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Nashville. That's really cool. And so you've been in the nonprofit community for how long?
20 years.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
I would love to know more about the organization you work with now.
Yeah,
So-
I was with Second Harvest Food Bank first.
Really?
I was, and then March of Dimes.
Seems like I've had contact with you at Second
You may
Harvest when
have.
I was working at the. How long have you been with the Jewish Federation?
10 years.
10 years. Okay. Because I was with the church. I feel like I've had I've had to talk to you because I was working at the Benevolent Center at Madison Church of Christ.
Oh, okay.
And was there for about 7 years before I started teaching. So I think I probably was on the heels
You probably did.
of your time there, because I knew your name was familiar to me, and I was like, That's probably where. Do you remember Terry Ashley?
I do, yes.
Okay, Terry is our benevolence minister. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I knew there was something there, and I couldn't figure out what it is. Well,
Yeah.
that's very cool, but I'd love to know more about the Jewish Federation of Nashville. I didn't even know it existed.
Yes, what they
Very
do is they're like a hub of Jewish activities. Our organization gives out grants to Jewish organizations in town. We help maintain security for Jewish people because security is a big issue
Unfortunately.
these days. So we help make sure that the Jewish people are secure and can feel secure where they're at.
Have you been to Israel?
I have.
Have you been through the city of David and walked on?
Yes,
on
I
the,
have.
Have you walked
I
on the
went
pilgrimage
path.
road?
I have. I
Oh,
put my hand where there's a spot where
Yes.
where Jesus' hand is in the concrete, like, and I put my hand there and took a picture.
Now, I haven't heard about that.
Oh,
but
my
I
goodness.
just, what is the guy's name that used to run the city of David? Dameron, I think. I'll have to. He's got a book out, When the Stones Speak, and there's several that use that title because of one of the archaeologists that was her. I can't remember her name. I have to look at it to say because it's an odd pronunciation, but she was the one who figured out that David's palace was there in the old. It's not where people thought it was,
Right.
and she's the one who discovered it, and she has since passed, but. Her catchphrase was people would just mock, it was like, oh, David's not real, all this kind of stuff. Let the stones speak was what she would always say. And his book was When the Stones Speak, and there's another, there's another the Armstrong Archaeological Institute. They have a podcast, Let the Stones Speak, all of that stuff. Guys, if you go and learn all of this incredible archaeological evidence of the Jewish people and that they're indigenous to the area, and then you see and you understand the full story of how people want to say they're not, it is just such a lie. And they can prove it with what they're digging up out of the ground.
Right.
And it's breathtaking. And the pilgrimage road, I mean, did you go all the way down to the where the temple wall comes in?
Right.
It's like it's the edge of the temple mound,
Right.
and you can go in and you can touch that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
cool.
I did the whole thing.
When did you go? Because that hasn't been open that long. The
Well,
pilgrimage
it was
road.
right before COVID, so I guess it was around 19.
Well, they've opened something you haven't seen then. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
okay.
been the pilgrimage road all the way down to where you can go down. I mean, there's parts of that that's only been opened like this year.
Oh, okay.
Is
Yeah.
my understanding.
I would definitely go back.
I'll send you a link to his book. You will be blown away.
Mhm.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm having allergy issues this morning, y'all. Incredible stuff.
Mhm.
Incredible stuff. But I want to know more about your organization because I'm
Okay.
fascinated by the Jewish people.
Yes.
And I mean, because it's through them, and this is going to be echoes of Faith Friday here. It's only by having their guidance do we really understand Scripture. And we lost that connection because of anti-Semitism. And a lot of it, we lost it in the days of the early church because of Roman persecution, because sometimes they would come for the Jew and sometimes they would come for the Christian.
Right.
And that's when that separation began. Well, I'm not, I'm a Jewish person. I'm not a Christian. And pardon me, but they say I've got circumcision to prove it. I mean, that's how they would. And they would, that way they could step away from the Christians. Well, when the Christians would do that, well, I'm not Jewish, because it would flip flop, and that caused that, that it caused that divide. And I love to think about the scripture where Philip is, sees the eunuch, and he said, "Do you understand what you're reading?" Well, how can I unless somebody guides me? I feel the same way about the Jewish people in Scripture. How in the world can we understand a lot of the nuances of Scripture if we don't have that Jewish connection
Right.
to the original language and the hermeneutic of it all? I mean, it's just fascinating to me. But
And
yeah,
I'm not Jewish, but I've worked for this Jewish organization for 10 years. Some of
Cool.
the best people actually went to my first bat mitzvah this weekend,
Oh.
past weekend, and they have the Torah there that they keep covered up. It was a really interesting ceremony to be a part of.
Hanukkah begins Sunday.
Yes, it does.
It does. It was, I mean, I just love all this. My sister, and I know I need to let you go so you can get to work, but my sister-in-law, she did her DNA. Her entire family are adopted. And she's like a quarter or a third Jewish. And I'm like, I'm so jealous. I mean, she's Jewish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so cool. And but yeah, she was shocked because I mean, there's not a lot of Jewish people in our area, so it makes you wonder. I mean, because they don't have any idea about her adoption. Apparently, it was a closed adoption, but she's Jewish, man. I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. But anyway, send me some info. I want to learn more about you guys. But I'll let you go.
Okay.
And I got some ads to do. Thank you, Becky. Thank you so much. Y'all go out to Reese Across America tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and name of the cemetery again. It's up in Adams.
Bellwood Cemetery.
Bellwood Cemetery. Everybody knows it. I just couldn't get the name. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And on the heels of that, too, I want to remind you to go to the Historic Society's Tour of Homes. They are going to have that on Sunday. And they still have tickets. They have way too many tickets left, guys. They've sold a bunch, but, maybe because it's cold. And if you don't even think you might go, just go buy a ticket and support the Historical Society because that's who preserves the history. Bo Adams has donated a bunch of stuff, and they've got the Bo Adams exhibit that they're going to be opening up. That's going to be fascinating. And if you know the community, you know Bo. And anyway, so you've got that. So you've got a couple of historical things you can do. Tomorrow you can go to the Reefs Across America, and then you can go to the Historic Tour of Homes, and you can reach out to the museum. They'll be open until 4 today. You can go by and get some tickets. But anyway, I'm going to get Lee Marie on the phone here as I'm going to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. So as we get ready to talk to her, she's got several events she wants to talk about. But we want to remind you that Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime, something that they have been talking about lately is, do you want to be a realtor? Barry famously will say he might talk you out of it because you need to know exactly what you're asking to be a part of if you want to be a realtor. And he goes, and it's not for everybody. Now, it is for them. And they both came out of other careers. He was a media marketing vice president for 17 years up in Nashville for a media marketing company. And then she came out of a radiology background, but she's been at it a long time, longer than Barry. She's one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. And they are experts at everything you need to know from the real estate community, whether it's buying or selling, or if you want to be a realtor. They specialize in Robertson County properties because they're one of us. They've been here 30 years, about the same time I got here. They're up in Cross Plains, Cross Plainians, we like to call them. But they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. Like myself, they are originally from Kentucky. So they understand if you're going to live in Kentucky and work in Tennessee, still going to have to pay that income tax, and that's going to affect your bottom line and how much home you can afford. You can reach out to them today. You can get on their list where they'll send you listings. They send me cool listings all the time. But you can reach out to them at sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy, B-U-Y, robertsoncounty.com. But please always let them know that you sent you, and we're looking for some new sponsors. So if you'd like to be on the show and be one of our sponsors, we'd love to have you. And we're dialing up Lee Marie right now. We're going to get her on. She had something, of course, we know, talking about the old-timey ball, but we also
I
had
don't need to talk about that because you already got that.
Yeah, but what about this mistletoe thing you were talking about this morning?
Yeah, there's so much going on.
Okay,
Saturday, did you talk about the mistletoe market?
I did not. I don't know anything about that. We were talking about Reefs Across America. We hit on the old-timey ball and then the Historic Society.
Okay, the mistletoe market. This is a free event in downtown Springfield tomorrow. And what it is there are 24 merchants, Well in the Square is one of them, where you can pick up a bingo card, you go into the other businesses, get it stamped, and then you turn it in. There are over $600 in prizes.
Oh, cool.
That will going to be, like every merchant was asked to donate at least a $25 gift card or something, like that. So there are going to be carolers down there. There's going to be holiday specials. All the merchants have been encouraged to do some particular sale items, just special for tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of things going on, so it's all day. Well in the Square, I will be giving out the cards between 9:30 and 1:30. So we're right next to Crossroads. But I just want to let you guys know because you could win some gift cards. And I was at in the square last night because they had the carriage rides, and it was so much fun. I got to meet so many people. And downtown is really cooking up. There are so many great people moving into downtown, merchants, that you guys are just going to love it. The next time you come to the downtown area, you're just going to be amazed. So that was one thing I wanted to make sure, because I know that not a lot of people know about that.
I didn't. I had not heard a word about it, and I love stuff like this because I love winning prizes, and so
Yes.
and it gets you into all these other stores. Even if you think, well, that's not anything I want, you go and get your ticket punched,
Right.
and then you might go,
I got two
oh,
more
I didn't know.
things.
Yeah,
I got two more things. Okay,
sure,
South
go.
Haven, they have their live nativity going on this Sunday. So it's going to be before and after their services.
And this is at
So,
South Haven.
At South Haven,
Okay,
which is it's always awesome. They're even going to have the camel, Gumbo the camel will be there.
nice.
So the children's Christmas program is at 9. The main service is at 10:15, and then there's going to be a Christmas concert at 6:30. So that's all. South Haven is doing all their Christmas programs this Sunday. All right,
Okay.
Coldstream Christian Camp. They are doing their Christmas party this Sunday at 5:30. 5:30 to 7:30. You do need tickets, but the tickets are free. But they ask you go online and get a ticket because they need you to have that. So Coldstream Christian Camp, of course, you guys know 4730 Goodman Road. They're going to have refreshments and music. The music starts at 6. The doors open at 5:30. So they'll have hot drinks and snacks and activities for the kids. So it's kind of like their Christmas open house at Coldstream.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's a
So-
beautiful camp. If you've not been there, it's a great opportunity to go and see it.
Yes, and then also this coming, I'm trying to go chronological. This coming Monday, I am, so Stephen does his stretching and agility class. It's now a 45-minute class, so it's going to go from 9 a.m. to 9:45. It's now only $10, and this particular Monday is his actual birthday.
Oh,
So I am telling people, if you come to the desk and you say code birthday, you can get the class for free this Monday, because I would love for it just to be a bunch of people for him.
oh, there you go. That's really cool. And what time did you say that is again?
It starts at 9 a.m. this coming Monday. So it's a great way to start your week right.
Mm-hmm. Very good. I love it.
And this is also
go.
this is also in the ballroom down there.
Okay.
So you go in Crossroads. We do have the Crossroads door open at 9 so that you can get in. So don't be alarmed that, like, how do I get in? There is a back stairway that's open as well, but you have to go upstairs. So
I got you.
but just go ahead and go in. So, but there's so many, and I want to tell people, like, if there's people that are still asking you, like, I want to get you something for Christmas, what should I get you? You know what? I just want to encourage everybody to go to events, go to these things, because those are precious memories that you can't lose those.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, and one other thing, here's a great little spiel that you can say to people, right? Especially if you know some people that, they don't drive at night or whatever. You can say, hey, you know what? There's this thing going on downtown, or there's this thing going on. I don't want to go by myself. Can I pick you up?
Yep.
If you say that,
Yep.
they're going to say, oh, yeah, because you know what? There's some people that if you call them and say, hey, I know you don't get out much, and, do you want to go? Like, don't say that. People, if they feel like they're needed somewhere, they're a lot more likely to go. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just so good. Fellowship and connection, guys, is so important, especially this time of year.
I love that you mentioned that, because there's so many people that are secluded, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like driving at night because I'm 63 years old, and some of the lights that you people are putting in your cars should be illegal because you blind me. And I mean, it's harder and harder for me to drive at night. I get it. I used to think that was so silly, but there's some people that are just not comfortable doing that. There's so many people that are they're maybe they've got a bunch of kids, but none of them live around here. That's me, and they maybe their husband just doesn't like to go do stuff like this, and maybe they'd want to do it. Those kinds of things, or and so. Do that. I think that is a wonderful idea, Lee Marie, just to reach out and bring somebody out to one of these things, because these relationships, guys, relationships do nothing but bless you. And I'm telling you, that's just such a good point. Do you have any other events you need to cover?
Yes, I just want to remind people to get out to Travis Price Park for the Winter Wonderland, because it is so beautiful. It is going on until December 28th. So it is 5:30 to 9, Sunday through Friday. That's the drive-through only. And then there are some walk-through dates still left, and those are going to be December 13th, which I believe is this Saturday, and the 20th. And so 5:30 to 9, And it's going to be super. I mean, what a blessing. You know, who doesn't like to look at Christmas lights,
Oh, I
right?
know. Yeah, for sure. Now, are they going to do the carriage rides down there? Because I know they were doing them through the city,
Yes.
but I thought they were
Yes.
taking them to Travis Price as well to the Winter Wonderland.
Yes, they did carriage rides on the 6th, but they are also doing carriage rides on December 20th.
Okay.
So it is first come, first serve. So, you know, make sure you get in line.
Do you
But
have
yeah, so
do you
on
have
the
to line
13th
up or reserve online? Because I know downtown they were reserving online for a while.
well, that's what they did. But you know what? Last night, the city did not have the reservations online, which was great because it really did cause a lot more people to be downtown because a lot of people were on call. That's why I met a lot of people. They said, "Oh, well, I'm on the waiting list," you know, and so
Yeah.
a lot of people were going around. And so, yeah, they stopped that online thing because they realized that only, you know, the people who were online were going to show up.
Yeah,
So this is all now just, you know, in person.
that's
So,
good. Because I mean,
yeah,
when
so,
I went on the carriage ride for my 60th birthday. That was one of the first
oh,
times they did it, and I went down there early and got in line, and then I did the same thing next year on my birthday, and you know, it was just really special. Or maybe I skipped a year. Maybe I did it last year. I can't remember, but I've done it twice on my actual birthday, and it was
oh,
just so special. You know, something I'll
yeah.
never forget. And one year, my kids even came and went with me. I guess it was for my 60th that two of the kids came and rode with us. But, you know, it's just so special. And I just love all of our events. I love our little town. It's just so
And
special.
so, you know, like you said, you'll never forget that. And so
Yeah.
that's the thing, guys. You know, stuff, you know, don't focus on that. Focus
No.
on why you're celebrating. And, you know, there's so many churches. You know, Grace, I know they're having on the 21st, they're doing their cantata in the morning, and at night they're having their candlelight. There's so many wonderful churches doing wonderful programs.
Yeah.
I know the Robertson County Community Band or the White House Community Band is doing something soon. There's just all these festive things. So get out there and support our local musicians and our local churches because they're doing all this work. They've been practicing for months. Everything's so beautiful. So get out, enjoy the reason for the season.
I love it. Thank you, Lee Marie. I appreciate it. Thank you for checking
All
in
right.
with us this morning. God bless
God
you.
bless. I'll see you all tonight at the ball.
You have a great day, sweetheart. Love you.
Thank you. Love
Thank
you. Bye-bye.
Lee Marie just does so much for the community, and so I just really encourage you to get out to the Old Tommy Ball tonight, and you will have so much fun. I want to, on the way out again, remind you to please, you know, see our sponsors. You know, the UPS store. Go and see them. They are just a wonderful sponsor of the program. Of course, Bernard Farms, Custom Cuts and Market. Get out there and fill up a gift basket. I pulled up they've got the TNT popcorn, Tanner's popcorn that they raised and they have out there. They've got popcorn. They've got already popcorn. They've got Chex Mix. They've got Goo Goo clusters. They've got all the things that you'd want to put in a Tennessee basket. Local honey. I mean, just all kinds of great stuff. Mulling spices. They've even got reindeer food that you can get. And then their big event with Santa, their pancakes with Santa, I believe it's next Saturday on the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. So all kinds of things going on with them. Again, of course, always Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. We love our sponsors. And if you want to be a sponsor, reach out to me, 615-594-7736, 615-594-7736. We'd love to have you come on as a sponsor. And yes, I did just pull up Bernard's Pancakes with Santa are on the 20th, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So just so many things for you to be a part of. Be a part of it. Find a body of believers to be a part of and get yourself to church this weekend, you guys. You will not regret it. I love you, and I'll be back with you on Monday. Thank you for joining us. This is 1100 WSGI. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Hi, friends. This is...